What better way to start an episode than stealing a soul? What's up, everyone? This is All Destroyer 229, and welcome back! Let's play The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. HD, looks like that bird's gone, thank goodness. Last time, we did a lot more side things around Hyrule. And in this episode, we've once again returned to Castletown, though we are done with doing side activities for now. And instead, we are going to be heading on over to Telma's bar. She mentioned that there were some people there that she wanted us to meet. You're coming with me. She mentioned that there were some people that she wanted us to meet. And we still have absolutely no idea where to go for the Mirror of Twilight. So, that's about as good a start as any to start looking for it, I guess. So instead, we are going to head down this way and enter... Link didn't even try to jump. And try to enter... Well, not really try. We can certainly enter Telma's bar. But see what exactly these people are that she wanted us to meet. So let's get going. Alright, and let's see. There's Luis. Telma's over there. And I'm guessing those are the people. Oh my, if it isn't Link. You made it. How have you been, honey? Mercy, but you have good timing. I was just talking about you.
Hey.
Hey everyone, introduce yourselves. This handsome young man is the infamous Link. You remember what I told you before, honey? These are those friends I mentioned. The ones who are trying to help deal with all the troubles in Hyrule. Actually, there's one more of us, but there's been a disturbing turn of events in the Eastern Desert, so he's gone to check it out. He's an older man named Aru. If you happen to meet him, definitely take the time to talk with him, okay, honey? Well, you've come all the way here, honey, so why don't you relax a bit? Why don't you be sociable and talk to these folks? They're a jolly bunch. Okay, so there's someone towards the desert, but there's 3 adventurers right here. 2 of them look familiar. I'm not sure the other one is. And hey, it's Luis. So why don't we do what she says and introduce ourselves to these people? We can... there we are. Let's start with you. Silent fellow, okay. Alright, well, why don't we talk to you? Oh, hello there. You must be Link, correct? I'm Shad. Wonderful to meet you. Telma told me all you've been up to. You're rather formidable. I'm rather not, I'm afraid. Well, I'm formidable at book reading, but I lack, shall we say, physical skills. That said, if the history and legends of Hyrule are your cup of tea, I'm your fellow. If you're curious, just ask away. Legends and history of Hyrule. So more of a bookworm, but hey, people need intel. What about you? It's a Shay. I grew up in the mountains with my father, who was a knight in his own right. He taught me the arts of war as though I was his son. Of course, lessons in common courtesy were not part of the regimen, so forgive me if I come off as rude, yeah? Listen, before I blab both your ears off, I want to tell you something. Snow Peak, the mountain to the north of Hyrule. It's unlike any mountain I've ever known. I don't know much yet, but things happen there that happen on no other mountain I know of. Evil controls it. As soon as I know something more, I'll tell you. Until then, you just stay away, yeah? Alright, so some happenings in the mountains. someone who's knowledgeable of history, and someone who... Oh, he does talk to us. It's been a long time. Link? Yup, it's Russell! Long time no see. My wife, Uli, sent word to me. I've seen the children in Kakariko Village. And of course, I've also heard of your adventures. I must thank you for your help with Colin, Link. I barely recognized him. In any case, I am troubled by my own inaction. I want to help the cause. These friends here, I've had a connection with them for a long while. Like the others, I'm gathering information now. I'll let you know if I hear anything. Okay, so nice to see a familiar face among this group of people. Also, a map of Hyrule.
Hi.
The old codger Aru is at Lake Hylia studying the desert. Okay. So these group of adventurers are going to be helpful, well, in our journey. It's still not exactly clear yet, but they are trying to help out Hyrule against the Twilight Forces, though they don't exactly know that it's the Twilight Forces. Those three are going to be just gathering a bit more information for their own cause, but it might not be a bad thing if we tried to help them out. After all, we scratch their backs, they may scratch ours. So for right now, we should try to locate where their ally is. And they mentioned that he would be studying the desert over at Lake Hylia. So for right now, it will be our next destination. Did I get the Poe here? I did get the Poe here. So, with everything, since we don't exactly have any other leads, let's head on over to the lake. Alright, now, it may not be readily apparent. What is that? What is that? I am not sure, but it looks like maybe it's a red rupee. Well, anyway, that's none of our concerns right now. Where we need to go is that another Poe? That is another Poe! Grumble, grumble, grumble! I thought I got rid of all of you in this destination! How dare you survive! Get me another soul to add to my collection. Where'd he go? There you are! Ow! Jerk! Get down here. Here! Stay down! And let me eat your soul! Yeah! There are a lot of Poes here at Lake Hylia. Anyway, where we need to be going is to try to find this adventurer. Now, we were told by the other adventurers that he was trying to study the desert. Right now, we don't really have any way of reaching the desert province. We know that there's something there thanks to the Howling Stone, but it may not be readily apparent where exactly we need to go. But there is something that really hasn't had much of a use until now, so it may be in our best interest to check there first. And that's exactly where we're going. I went up this way before, but there really wasn't anything of worth. Instead, what might be helpful would be to head up this tower now. And with any luck, maybe, this is a pretty huge tower. Aha, there's someone here. I thought it was about time for you to arrive. Master Link, is it? You know Telma, don't you? I'm Aru. I'm part of the group that Tama kindly allows to meet at her bar. I've heard all about your deeds from her. Now, you being a courageous youth, you've likely heard of the strange events in the desert and come to investigate, no? Strange events? Or am I mistaken? I think you're mistaken on this one. You do know, don't you, Master Link? The Gerudo Desert once held a prison, built to hold the worst criminals this land has ever known. The criminals who were sentenced to death were sent directly to the underworld by a cursed mirror that was kept in the prison. Now that prison is condemned, and even the road leading to the desert is impassable. This desert at World's End, it still holds the cursed mirror and the malice of the doomed inmates. These old bones know there's evil currently plaguing Hyrule is related to this wicked place. So I've come to learn the truth. Master Link, I must ask, what will you do now? Don't tell me you plan to enter the desert and confirm my suspicions with your own eyes. You said it was a cursed mirror, right? If so, that's exactly what my intention is. Is that so? Then let the good old Aru help you out. You see Lake Hylia below us? A man named Fire runs an amusement ride of sorts there. Give him this. Memo? Looks like just a bunch of stationery, to be honest. See, long ago, I saved this man, Fire's, life. And now he cannot refuse me if I ask a favor. If you leave the rest up to Fire, all should go well. Alright, so, a mysterious cursed mirror held at a prison in the Gerudo Desert. That sounds very, very promising. And it seems like this lead is already panning out. Well, that was dumb. If this mirror is indeed the mirror of Twilight, then we might have already found where exactly it is that we need to go. However, we won't know if we don't investigate. No, no, no. I don't want to do anything. Get away from me, you bird. Alright, I need to be able to transform back. There we go. Can't exactly talk to the guy in wolf form. Now, but if this is exactly where we need to go, then we need to reach this desert province. And if Fire can help us, then we should probably get his help. Here, I got something for you. From old Aru, huh? Oh, well, I guess I ought to do what the old coot says. Oasis flight, right? So here you go. One of our secret options not available to the general public. This time's all paid for, so what do you say? You want to go? Sure, I guess. Alrighty then. Remember, next time you gotta pay. Sweet sailing, buddy of mine. One for Oasis, fire in the hole. So this will get us to the desert province. Though, I still don't think this is... I don't think this is sketchy at all. And welcome to the Gerudo Desert. Wait, Link? Before we go on, there's something I want you to hear. Do you remember what the spirits said about the few shadows? What do you think happened to the magic wielders who tried to rule the sacred realm? They were banished. They were chased across the sacred lands of Hyrule and driven into another realm by the goddesses. It was another world entirely. The antithesis of Hyrule, where the sun shines bright. Its denizens became shadows that could not mingle with the light. Eventually, most came to call it the Twilight Realm, and from it, none could return to the world of light. They were forever doomed to live in the twilight, flitting in the half-light of dusk, mere shadows of Hyrule. This is the history of the Twilight, as it has been passed down from our ancestors. Do you now understand what I am? I'm a descendant of the tribe that was banished to the Twilight Realm! It was a peaceful place, until Zant took control of the Twilight Realm, and transformed all of the Twilight into Shadow Beasts. It's clear to me now that he's somehow gained a great evil power previously unknown to our tribe. In any case, I was sent from there and could no longer get into the Twilight Realm without his power. But there's another tale told by my people. Though the goddesses forbade us to return to the world of light, they left one link between the light and the darkness. Something called the Mirror of Twilight was passed to the protectors of Hyrule. It's our only path to the Twilight Realm, and we must get there. You'll come with me, won't you? Denizen of the Twilight Realm. Banished from Hyrule from trying to control the land. Though to be honest, it doesn't really matter. Midna is still Midna. And maybe her history, but she isn't bound by it. But instead, we now know why this mirror is our link. It is the link between the realms of light and darkness. Zant has to use this mirror if he wants to return to the Twilight Realm. And really, it's the only way that we know for sure that we can actually reach him. We have the Master Sword, but it does us no good if we can't confront Zant. And so this mirror will help us find him. Now, unfortunately, there are still enemies. The desert is not exactly a safe place to be. There are these things that are scattered in the sand itself. And I'm more than certain that they continuously spawn as long as they're in the sand. They won't go up on the rocks, though. So there's that. Well, if they do get on the rocks, they're helpless. I should probably say that. Still, we've reached a brand new area. And we also know our destination. We have to reach that prison in order to reach the Mirror of Twilight. It's a dangerous road ahead. We've got to reach it if we want that mirror. So, next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. We're gonna traverse through the desert. At this point, we're kind of stuck here. But at any rate, we need to be here. We can't leave until we find some sort of teleport out. But we're getting to that prison. We need to find that mirror. So until next time, everyone, take care.